Hey guys, Jay here and welcome to another convention review video. Today we're talking about Fandom PDX. So actually, unlike all of the times that I do these videos, this time I won't have a merch video because I showed it all off in my vlog and I don't see a reason to show it all off again. I literally showed everything off in my vlog because there wasn't very much. So if you want to go up to this corner over here, I believe, then you can just it'll all be in that video right there. That's my vlog. So, I mean, I would want you guys to watch it anyway. But anyway, that'll be up when the vlog goes up. The vlog isn't up at the point of this video. So once that pops up there, once the little thing pops up, that's when it's been uploaded. So yeah, watch that and you'll see what I got. There's also some other fun stuff in there. So go ahead and check it out. All right, so let's start with the hotel. So the hotel was actually really good. We were next to an airport because it's an airport hotel. So we were next to the runway kind of, but we didn't hear the planes very well, so it wasn't that bad. So we don't really mind. The noise doesn't really bother me. We have low-flying planes over our house all the time. You guys might notice that in some of my videos, like a plane will go by or something. Usually I'll try to cut it out if I can, but whatever. But anyway, the hotel staff was awesome. They were very responsive to us. We called down because we had a broken fridge. And actually, I keep saying down and up when I talk about this convention. Like when we were even there, I'd be like, oh, you're gonna go down? We're gonna go up? We were on floor 1. So we didn't have to go up or down anywhere. So that was kind of cool. We didn't have to actually take an elevator or use the carts to move your luggage. And we parked right near the back door. And you just use your key to get in the back door. And you take a left. And the room's right there. So it's really easy. We were in like 107 or something. We were really close to that door. We just go around and go like in like one hallway. And then kitty corner to another hallway, and we were in the lobby. So it was really easy and really nice. So I really liked that we were on the first floor. But we did have a broken fridge when we got there, but that was remedied really fast. So whatever, we can't really complain. So let's move on to staff. Staff was pretty good. We didn't have any bad run-ins, so there's that. And I'll talk about some of this a little bit later, because I'm going to talk about management last, the people who own it now. So the guy, I'm sorry, but I don't remember his name. I can't remember, and I don't know why. So it's either Tim or Tom or something like that. I think it starts with a T. He was a very nice guy, so I'll talk more about him later. Though if you are here or if you do know his name, please tell me in the comments so I remember next time. I did talk to him right before we left, and I gave him my card. I told him I was doing a review. He wanted to see reviews. Here we go. So let's just hope he sees this and lets me know what his name actually is, because I never got actually properly introduced. He also had a guy named Chris who is like part of his staff for they do other conventions, like they have one down in Florida called WasabiCon, which I've heard of before. So I know that they kind of know what they're doing. So that's good. So this Chris guy was more like the MC. Like he's the guy who announced who was being coming on stage or things like that. So that was pretty awesome. He was very enthusiastic and it was really, really awesome. It was nice to see an MC who pumps up the crowd, that kind of thing. He was just amazing at it. So he's obviously done it before. So that's really cool. The rest of the staff was just like the people sitting on the stools, making sure you had your badges. Like when you walk past them, they'd make sure you have your badge. Let's move on to the next one, which is really easy. This is going to be really short. Vendors. There weren't any. There were artists. Well, there were vendors, but there weren't very many. There was like one room that had a couple vendors in it, and then there was like a live band playing. Oh, the live band was awesome. I didn't want to record them though, because they were playing their own versions of actual music. So I didn't want to put that on like a vlog or anything, because that's without permission. That's kind of messed up to use their music, kind of. But they were playing like video game music and stuff like that. And it was like a guy with a saxophone, a guy with a snare drum who was just like, drumming the snare thing. And then a bass player, and I think a flute player or something. I think it was another wind instrument. I'm not sure exactly. I can't remember. There was one booth that had like some like nerdy merch, like they had like Batman headphones that I wanted, but I couldn't afford them, and I'll get why in a minute. There's a big reason why I couldn't afford any type of merch that was there, and it's guest related, so I spent a lot of money on that, and it was well worth it. You'll see it in the vlog if you want to go see my what I got and stuff. That actually has everything that I paid for in it, including what I spent the most money on. Anyway, we should move on from this because, that's about it. All the artists were good. The art was really nice. So, yeah, that's about it for that. So, little bit of a downer, I guess. The attendees. The majority of the attendees were fine. The ones that paid and were in the convention were fine. There was like nothing wrong with them. The only ones who weren't actually attendees. They were ghosting the convention, which is where you don't pay for a badge, but you still think you deserve to go. What they did was they got in costume, went to the hotel to hang out with their friends, and didn't pay for the convention. Well, you're also not a guest at the hotel either. You're not staying at the hotel. You came in costume to the hotel to hang out for the day. The hotel's allowed to kick you out for not being there for the reason you're supposed to be there, or whatever. So you didn't pay for the event that you're going to, and you're not staying at the hotel. There's no reason for you to be there. If you want to go to the convention and hang out with your friends, you pay. They paid, so why don't you? So I'm going to probably get some hate comments for this or whatever, but I mean, screw off, really? I mean, if I get hate comments for people being an asshole, who's really the asshole here? Right? So other than that, the attendees were great. We made a few friends. It was pretty awesome. We met quite a few people. So one of them is actually in the vlog. So, and actually a couple of them are, but we introduced one in the vlog. So moving on to my money spender, guests. So they had a few guests. They had one, like, I'm not sure if it was like an artist thing or something, but it was Planet Studios. I don't really know much about this. So it looked like it was a comic thing, like a place that sells kind of comics or something or whatever. Not sure. But they did have a few guests that I did want to see. They did have one that I kind of would have liked to get something signed from, but I didn't have anything, and I didn't have any money to buy anything that she was in. So, and that's Kimberly Brooks. She was going to be the guest at NewCon before it got canceled. So they kind of just got her in as a, hey, we know this happened. We want to make this up to you. Can you come to our convention instead? So it'll still be, you'll be up here, but it'll be a little bit later. But they did have another voice actor and a writer that I did get stuff from, so that's where my money went. So they had the voice actor for Zim from Invader Zim, which is the thumbnail for my vlog. But he's also Billy from The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, the original Alpha 5 from Power Rangers, and a few other characters that a lot of the younger crowd probably just isn't going to know because they're like 90s cartoons. They also had Eric Trueheart, who is a writer on Invader Zim. It was really funny. They would banter back and forth, whatever. And the voice actor's name is Richard Horvitz, by the way. I forgot to say that. My money went to both of them. As I said, you can see everything in the vlog, but I got some stuff signed by the writer. He had a script that was like never like released, but they made it have like a new cover that had like on the bottom it said that it was exclusive to Fandom PDX 2018, which is kind of funny. But it was an unreleased script, and they were selling that for $10, and then they had 3 comics, but 2 of the comics were the same, but they were alternate covers. So it was 2 comics and an extra cover of one of them. I got one comic and Atlas got the other cover. I got a different one because he got the other one, so I was like, I'll get the other one just so we have something else to show off in the vlog. It doesn't matter to me which one I get, but he signed both of those for me because he was doing free signings for any of that stuff. And if you wanted to bring him anything like the DVDs or something, he would just sign them for you anyway for free. Didn't have to pay him anything. Didn't really matter. Richard, however, you had to pay. Now, these conventions are not anime conventions. They have different contracts. A lot of people don't understand that the contracts for these type of conventions, like the sci-fi and comic conventions, like Comic-Con and stuff, they have a different way of doing things. They don't pay the same. They're not, anime conventions, especially like SakuraCon and KomoriCon, have the money to pay their guests because they get so many people. So they can pay their guests so that they can have free signatures. Now, the smaller conventions or sci-fi and comic conventions, they have a different contract that states these people charge and they only get one flat fee to come to the convention. Like they have a appearance. I think it's called an appearance clause or something. It's in the contract that says that you're paying for their appearance, not that you're paying for them to do autographs. So it's a whole different thing, and they're not contractually obligated to give you free autographs. They can if they want, but that's up to their discretion, and their pricing is up to them and their agent. So he was charging for everything. He was charging $30 for a signature, and you could get either something you had signed, or he had a bunch of prints, and I showed those off in the vlog too, like a bunch of pictures of his characters and stuff, and then a headshot of him when he was younger, which is kind of funny. It was like a college one. or something of him like in the booth. It was really awesome. But he had all those different ones. I got one of them. I got a Zim one. You can also see that in the vlog. And then it was $20 for a selfie. But if we did a signature and a selfie, it was $30. So it took 10 off if we got a bundle thing. So I did that, and I got a picture with him. I'll probably post it somewhere so you guys can see it. It's also on Twitter, so that would have came out the Sunday afternoon, I believe, or Sunday evening when I posted it. And then that's also on Instagram, so you can find it there too. I might put it on Facebook, not sure, but whatever. Anyway, so he was also charging. I don't know. There was four. I don't know what the third one was. I totally forgot. I honestly cannot remember. The last one was for recordings, and that was $50. So I spent the $30 on the signature and the selfie, and then the $50 on the recording, because I had the genius idea and the clickbaity idea, which is all that video is big old clickbait, but it's stuff that's in the video. So it was funny. I told him I was going to clickbait the crap out of it, and he thought that was just hilarious. And he took my card so he can watch it. He wants to see it. So that's pretty awesome. Don't know if that's actually going to happen or not, but whatever. I had the bright idea to have him vlog with me. That was fun. So he agreed to that. He thought that was a fun idea, so he wanted to do it too. But obviously he had to get paid to do it. So I gave them the money, and then I was just like, we were kind of going over like what the video type was going to be, like what I was like preparing him for doing, whatever. So that was pretty fun. If you guys want to see it, that should be there's going to be like a first clip that's like him, and then it's going to go into the vlog. It's really funny. It lasts for a good like 30 seconds, 45 seconds. So that's pretty awesome. I paid $50 to get him talking for like 40 seconds. So there's that. Atlas did the same thing, but with him and the writer at the writer's table. Oh, and they were at Oni Press, which is the name of the place that or the company, whatever, that distributes the comics. So yeah. Okay, anyway, now we're on to the last thing. So this is getting kind of long. I noticed it's like, before editing, it's like 17 minutes. So I hope it's not anywhere near that long when I'm done. But we're going to be talking about management. This is that guy that I don't remember his name. He did get a card from me because he wanted to see this. He wanted to see reviews. Management this year was actually really awesome. I was very pleased with the way he was running things. He was going around talking to people. He was introducing himself. He was being a part of the crowd with people, which was awesome. That's what we want. We don't want someone who just stays back behind, and just doesn't do anything, doesn't talk to anybody. I mean, the people before it, Michael and his girlfriend Jordan, they did it too, but it was a lot of other stuff that got to be a problem. But this guy was going around talking to people. Him and Chris were both going around talking to people. It was really awesome. We actually stopped and talked to Chris in the hallway for like a good 10 minutes about nerdy things. So that was really cool that he could, just hang out with us real quick. He wasn't going anywhere. We weren't taking up his time. He was like kind of just doing his own thing. He was just like kind of wandering around bored. So we got to actually interact with staff in a good way that showed us that they're real people, that they're good people. And it was really awesome. It's just nice to just chit chat, with someone like that. So, other than that, I mean, management's, I think this is going to be good, honestly. Management is fine. But the main part that I really wanted to talk about during this last section here, during the cosplay contest, which kind of was run a little bit differently because it was like last minute thing. It didn't really matter. I don't think they were actually going to have it originally, but whatever. At the end of it, while they were deliberating, because they didn't do anything ahead of time because it was too short notice to get everything done, and they couldn't get it done in time. So they had everybody talk on stage about how they made things, because there was a small enough amount of people that it didn't really matter. There was like 27 people. So most conventions will have like 100 or something, or 60 or something. So there was a lot less people, so they had time to just tell them like how they made it and whatever, and the judges would ask them, they were on stage and everything, they would ask them how they made it or what parts they made. And because it's a small convention, not very many people did make them. The one who won was who I hoped would win, and that was someone who was doing Cardcaptor Sakura, and hers was literally the best out of all of them. Like there was amazing ones up there, but I liked hers the best. I thought she should win, and they made the right choice. Their runner-up was the right choice too. Everything was just great. They did wonderful, and you can tell why they were picked as judges. They explained themselves and everything. But at the end of it, when they were deliberating to see who was going to win and stuff, and who the judges' picks were, he came on stage, the owner, and he was asking. He'd point out to the crowd, to people who raised their hand, and he was asking, what parts of the other conventions would you like us to implement that you actually did like? Or what did you not like that you would like us to not implement? Or things like that. Or do you guys have any suggestions or things like that? And it was really awesome that he did that, because that shows that he's trying to get the attendees involved in what's happening. I'm really happy about this convention. We'll see what happens in January. It might be different because they might have a little more bearing, their bearings a little more. So it should be a lot better. Anyway, that is it for this. If you'd like to go ahead and give that a thumbs up, maybe subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later.